Todd Young Online presents Young Tales. Tales for the young and the young at heart. Today's story: Bulfinch's Mythology, King Arthur and His Knights, Episode 8, The Adventure of the Cart? It was the merry month of May, when the fields were green and the meadows full of blossom, that Queen Guinevere called her knights of the Round Table to ride a Maying with her into the woods beyond West. Let every knight be clad in green, she said, silk or cloth, and each shall bear a lady behind. We will ride forth at dawn with song and garland as joy commands. And so it was, 10 noble knights rode beside her. Sir Kay, Sir Agravain, Sir Brandiles, Sir Sagramore Sir Sagramore le Cirrus? Okay. Sir Dondius le Sauvage, Sir Pellis, and others, all arrayed like the spring itself. But joy is short-lived, and fate was watching, for in the shadow of the woods there waited one whose heart had long burned, for in the shadow of the woods there waited one, whose heart had long burned with desire for the queen, Sir Maleagans, son of King Radamagus. Sir Maleagans came forth with 20 knights in armor and 100 archers. He surrounded the queen's company and cried aloud, "Yield, Queen Guinevere and all your knights, for I have loved you many a year, and now you are mine to take." Guinevere was furious. "Shame on you, false knight! You dishonor your house, your king, and all knighthood itself." But her words did not turn him. The queen's 10 knights fought bravely, yet were outnumbered. Seeing them fall one by one, Guinevere cried out, "Spare them, Maleagans! You over there. I will go with you if you grant them mercy." And so, in sorrow, she surrendered and was led captive to the castle of Maleagans. Before they departed, Guinevere called secretly to her page, a swift and loyal boy. "Ride as you love me to Sir Lancelot," she whispered. "Take him this ring. Bid him hasten to my rescue. Spare not the water nor the land." Yeah, spare not for water or for land. Okay. The boy rode like the wind. Through the glen and field, arrows hissing past him. He reached Westminster and flung himself before Sir Lancelot. "My lord, the queen is taken. She bade me give you this ring." "Then God forgive me if I fail her now." He armed himself in haste, mounted his horse, and rode out like a storm. But Maleagans had laid traps for him. In a narrow forest pass, hidden archers loosed their shafts. One struck his horse, which fell dead beneath him. Cursing treachery, Lancelot rose and fought on foot, but the hedges were thick and the paths twisted. Burdened by his armor, shield, and spear, he struggled forward, wounded and weary. Then he saw a cart approaching, a rough cart drawn by oxen, used in those days only for carrying felons to their doom. But Lancelot thought only of the queen. "Good fellow," he said, "lend me thy cart, and I will reward thee well. I must ride, though it be through shame, to save my lady." The carter nodded, and so it was that the greatest knight in the world rode in a felon's cart, the dust of dishonor upon it. By chance, Sir Gawain met him on the road and cried out, "Lancelot, what madness is this? A knight of the Round Table carried in a cart?" "Mock me if you will," Lancelot said quietly. "My honor may suffer, but I will save the queen." At nightfall they came to a castle. The lady of the house welcomed Gawain with smiles, but frowned when she saw Lancelot's cart. "This knight shall not sit among the gentle folk," but for Gawain's sake she allowed him shelter. Lancelot was sent to the kitchen, yet bore all insults silent. In the morning from the castle tower, he saw a procession, a lady surrounded by guards. He thought it was Guinevere. Gawain thought so too, and they both rode hard in pursuit. But the road divided. They parted ways, one to the right, one to the left. On his road, Lancelot met a bright-eyed maiden who invited him to supper at her castle. He followed, weary and hungry, but when he refused her advances, she vanished, and 6 armed men fell upon him. He fought them fiercely and prevailed, and then the castle faded like smoke, and a voice said, "You have passed the test. I am your guardian fairy." Shablam! "Take this ring, it will reveal all my enchantments, and no magic shall bind you." And so she vanished. Lancelot's path led him near to a river crossed by a single narrow bridge. Below, the water raged. Above, 2 beasts, a lion and a leopard, barred the far side. He led his horse into the torrent, swimming beside it, and reached the bank. The beast sprang. His sword flashed. One blow, then another, and they fell. Bleeding and breathless, Lancelot bound his wounds and pressed on. At last he came to the castle of King Maleagans, father of Maleagans, who greeted him kindly and said, "Sir Lancelot, the queen is here, but she may only be freed by battle. My son shall meet you at dawn." And so, before the tower where Guinevere was held, the 2 knights met. Lancelot's wounds still bled, and for a time Maleagans held the upper hand. Then Guinevere, watching from her window, cried out, "Ah, Lancelot! They say you are no longer worthy of me." At those words, fire filled his veins. He struck with all his might and cast Maleagans to the ground. He would have slain him, but the queen, moved by mercy, commanded him to spare the fallen man, and so he obeyed. Lancelot came before the queen to kneel at her feet, but she turned away, her voice cold. "Damn. Ah, Lancelot, why do I see you again, yet know you are unworthy of me, after being drawn in a felon's cart?" The knight rose in anguish, flung down his sword and shield, and fled into the forest. For 3 days he wandered, silent and grief-stricken, till reason returned. Then he rode back, freed the captive knights, and led the queen safely home to Camelot. So ended the adventure of the cart, the tale of how love drove the greatest knight to shame, and yet through shame to triumph. For honor and love often walk at odds, and he who serves both may find his heart forever torn between. And here's where we end for today. Young Tales is produced and narrated by Todd Young from Todd Young Online. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and join us next time for another story. Thank you for your support.